Welcome to this lesson on the Chi-Square goodness of fit test. In the world of statistics, we often have a theory about how data should look, but the real world can be messy. This test helps us decide if the data we collect actually matches the pattern we expect. So, what exactly is this test? Simply put, it is a statistical method used to compare observed data against a claimed distribution. Think of it like a puzzle piece. We have a population definition, or a theoretical model, and we want to see if our real-world data fits into that shape nicely, or if it is something completely different. The heart of this test lies in comparing two specific things: the observed values, which we call O, and the expected values, which we call E. Observed values are what you actually count in your experiment. Expected values are what the math says you should have found if your theory was perfect. The big question is, are the differences between them just random noise, or do they prove our theory wrong? Every statistical test starts with hypotheses. For Chi-Square, the null hypothesis, H0, states that the observed frequencies fit the claimed distribution perfectly well, and any differences are just luck. The alternative hypothesis, HA, states the opposite. The data does not fit the distribution, and there is a significant difference. Here is the formula we use to convert our data into a single number called the Chi-Square test statistic. It looks complex, but it is logical. For every category, we take the difference between observed and expected, square it to get rid of negatives, and divide by the expected value to normalize it. Then we sum them all up. A large sum means a bad fit. Let's make this concrete with an example. Imagine we have a 6-sided die and we want to know if it is fair. We roll it 60 times. If the die is fair, it should follow a uniform distribution, meaning every side has an equal chance of appearing. First, we calculate what we expect to happen. Since there are 6 sides and 60 rolls, a perfectly fair die would land on each side 10 times. So, our expected value, E, is 10 for every single category. Next, we look at our actual results. In the table, you can see the observed counts. We got 12 ones, only 4 fives, and various counts for the others. Visually, the bars do not match the gray line perfectly. But is this weird enough to call the die unfair? That is what we calculate next. Now we do the math. For the first row, 12 minus 10 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 divided by 10 is 0.4. We do this for every row and add up the results. Our final chi-square sum is 9.40. To understand if 9.4 is a big number, we need context. This comes from the degrees of freedom. The formula is simple: the number of categories minus 1. Since we have 6 sides on a die, our degrees of freedom is 5. We compare our test statistic to a critical value from a chi-square table. Using an alpha of 0.05 and 5 degrees of freedom, our cutoff is 11.07. This defines the rejection region in red. Our calculated value of 9.40 falls in the safe zone to the left of the cutoff. Since our statistic is not in the rejection region, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. This means we do not have enough evidence to say the die is unfair. The variations we saw were likely just due to random chance. The die is probably fine.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.